Hello everybody, welcome back to game 2 between Innovation and Serral. And up here on the top left hand corner of this map, Nightshade, we have the red Terran, Innovation. Look at this decal. That's pretty awesome, right? Skull and like a blade and rifle. It's like the dark ghosts, right? I can't remember what they're called. Let me know in the comments down below. Like the Black Ops people. Toshli's one, I think. Anyway, Innovation, certainly a Black Ops player, Special Forces, Delta Force, as we see from the last game, you know, showing some real strength, some real chops in the way he played that game. And down here in bottom right, the great foreign hope, the one who brought balance to the Force, Serral. He's also got this symbol as well, which makes me think this is not actually a choice of the individual players. This is something to do with the tournament, perhaps. But it's a pretty cool symbol nonetheless. And yeah, if you know what this is from, you know the lore behind this, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. So again, very normal. Hatch first, gas, spawning pool. We're going to see a couple of drones, into an Overlord, into standard play. Innovation, although he is called Innovation, is well known for being the least innovative player perhaps in the history of Starcraft. He follows the meta, he follows the accepted standard best build, and really very rarely, if ever, in fact never to my memory, has Innovation actually innovated, which is a constant running joke amongst the Korean pro scene. And yeah, however, in this game, you know, and in most sports really, you're going to get pretty far by copying the best play and doing that well, rather than thinking you're special and trying to do something different. No regret. So, this game, Nightshade, I play Zerg. I recently downvoted this map because my win ratio is so low. It can be really hard against Terran when you're taking this base, eventually. They set siege tanks up here. There's a little siege tank position up here, which is really nasty. There's a siege tank up here, which is really nasty. You know, there's this grass here, so you can set siege tanks back here, which is really nasty. Here is another little spot. Here again. You know, Terran have got a lot of really great positions where they can set up. And there's not really that many open spaces for the Zerg to capitalize. So again, just in the last game, it's like, can the Reaper kill a single ling? No, he can't. Looks like he did even less damage in this game than he did in the previous one. But Serral again manages to sneak his drone past and get the third base down. So again, the Reaper not really doing a lot. Leaves one in gas, gets the speed. Building queens, building drones. Building a few lings just for defense against the Reaper. So, what we're going to see? We're seeing another gas come down here. Preferring to take the natural gas. You know, all the best players take the natural gas just before you take the main gas. You know, it's just extra style points. And here we go. This is quite funny. For quite some time now, you know, when this map was first released, there's a little ledge here. You can hide an Overlord. So there's been a real meta game of every Terran just lifting up their barracks and flying it over here to spot. And you saw he had 2 Marines, but the metagame's evolved so much that Serral didn't even bother to send his Overlord over there, because he knows it's going to happen. So it's a little bit, you know, the cycle of the metagame, but Serral being ahead of it and on top of it, as you might expect from one of the greatest players in the world right now. Innovation, I mean, there is a cost to it as well. Like, Innovation's tech lab was just a little bit slower. But so let's see what he's... Remember last time he didn't start the cloak upgrade until after the Overlord was dead. This time the Overlord is going to see it. But I guess he'll probably delay the stim, although he doesn't have the gas for it. Let's see. 10, 14 gas, 18 gas. Where's he going to spend his gas? On another Banshee? No, okay. Alright, even Innovation can sometimes start his stim a little bit late. Alright guys, if you ever feel bad that you started your stim like 2 seconds late, Innovation started his sim 2 seconds late. Okay, you're off the hook. Don't worry. So exactly the same build from Innovation. He went for a really fast third base before he got any Hellions out, which which you could say signals mech, but I guarantee you it's not. In fact, we are seeing a change here. He's going even faster into the barracks, right? He stayed a bit longer on the Hellions and the Banshees, but now he's going real quick into the bio, and he's getting a reactor on his factory. Maybe just to swap over for the barracks, but maybe also to get some widow mines, which would be terrifying. In the next patch, they're going to... The Hellions are diving in! The Queens are out of position, but the Lings are there. The Lings are in position. This is exactly what the Lings are supposed to do. Just slow this down. They're not intended to actually kill the Hellions because they get countered by Hellions, but they slow it down enough that the Queens can get there. And Innovation's actually going to lose all his Hellions for nothing. It's actually a big misplay you got to feel from it. Unless you can make it worth that. No, huge misplay. Huge misplay from Innovation. That's very, very unusual. You do not often see him do that. And, you know, actually well played by Serral. He made it seem like you could jump, he had no defense, but actually his Lings were waiting and just waiting for that overcommit. Yeah, okay. 0 workers killed. All your Hellions dead. If you remember in the last game, when he was pushing with his, you know, big siege tank army, he had like 8 Hellbats with the army, which really made a difference, and, you know, it really did help things. He's not going to have that anymore. He's not going to have access to that because you've thrown it all away. And also you're going to lose your map presence. You're going to lose the ability to hold back the creep, right? These Lings can just work on these rocks, you know. The Hellions could be here right now. They could be scanning, get all 5 of these, you know, get all this. Sorry, missing the Banshees come in, just like last game. Banshees come in, but this time doing a little bit less than they did in the previous game. Yeah, and Serral's defense pretty airtight this time, and the Banshees have to go back with their tail tucked between their rotors. So both builds exactly the same. We've got melee upgrades. However, in this game, Serral's in a much better position. He's got his base up real quick. He killed all the Hellions. The Banshees did nothing. So as compared to last game, night and day for Serral. Serral is in a much better position. Let's see how this drop does. So Serral even going for 5th, and you got to feel like it's going. That's pretty early, you know. If there's still Hellions on the map here, if there's Banshees get more kills, he's not taking this base quite quickly, like this quickly. And he sees the drop. He's got it covered, both here and there. And he's just gonna have to sit in that corner. There's no way to get out. Well, you can just fly north, but I think Innovation actually wants to keep this here as a permanent threat. You see, look, Serral has to commit units now to protecting that. And ooh, he can probably get a cancel here. Where's the nearest queen? Okay, there's 2 queens coming along. I think, yeah, they're going to get there in time. But at the same time, Innovation moves out with an army. Ooh, but I feel really nervous. I feel really, really nervous. But there we go. As I said before, this could be such a difficult map for the Zerg to beat at Terran on, because here's exactly one of these little high ground ledges. It's real close to your base. It's just a nightmare to attack into. Like, if we look at Serral's vision, he can barely see a thing. He can't see any of those tanks. And here comes the engage. Serral's got a lot of Banelings. A lot of Banelings. And he's going to clear this out. Or is he? Or is he? You know, we saw a game in the GSL very recently. Oh, and that drop that was in the corner comes down and drops out here. But Serral's got it covered. Yeah, I was going to say, we saw a game in the GSL where Bomber on this map just doing parade pushes, you know, or flash pushes, flash rallies, where you just constantly see, like, every time a unit's made, you just send them straight out to reinforce the push. Really effective on this map. Here goes another engagement. Ooh, perhaps a little bit of an overextend by Innovation. The Lings get on top, the Banelings get on top. Looks like he should be able to break this position. And once the siege tanks are gone, that's kind of the end of the siege, as you might be surprised to hear. If you don't know what the meaning of siege is. But, yeah. Yeah, over. We don't see, there's no Hydralisk den. There's no muted den, so he can pick up with impunity. You see, look. This is why he built the Hydras in the last game, so that you can't just do this kind of thing. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Serral's so far ahead at this point. You know, he's got his 5th base. secure. He's got his hive tech already. We've got some vipers coming on the way. 2-2 coming on the way. An innovation is going for widow mines. He's getting the widow mine upgrade, but does he have a single widow? No, he has 0 widow mines right now. So query about that. But here we go. Here comes 3. So he has a second factory as well. Yep, second factory just to make widow mines. And cloak widow mines are insanely good against Zerg, and they're getting buffed next patch, and I'm not happy about it, but that's another thing. Great splitting. You know, he did really well to save his units there. You know, 90% of people watching this is losing their entire drop there. But yeah, you know, Terran can be really hard to play in the lower levels because of exactly that situation where you lose all your Marines, but in the higher levels where you can have the skill to pick them up, well, there's a reason why the majority of GSL victories are done by Terran. Just look how abusive this is. See, this is why you build some Hydras or Muters or something, even just a small amount of them, just so they can stop abusing you like this. It's so annoying. But yeah, Terran just feels so far behind. I feel he's not even watching his units here. Wow, 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 wow. He just suicided a bunch of units there. Innovation looks like he's on tilt. I think he knows how bad it's been for him in the early game, how little he's achieved, and he knows that things are bad, and just making some really poor decisions there. Widow mines! Oh, look at the slaughter. Look at the slaughter. Great units. Widow mines, great units. Guys, make them. Widow mine drop. 11 minute 35 widow mine drop. Yeah, really ineffective. Only one of them fired and only got lings. Very ineffective. Innovation just bleeding units. Everything he tries just gets countered, defended, and, you know, kind of all comes back to losing those Hellions early on. Losing those Hellions early on just meant Serral could macro out faster. He could get his 5th base up quicker. He had just had everything much faster, which made the drop, all subsequent attacks, way less effective. And Serral was able to clean out every single attack in a really, really efficient way, because Serral was not hurt by that early presence of Hellions. And the Banshees were less effective because the Hellions weren't distracting the Queens. Yeah, huge. This really goes to show the value of preserving your units. It can be tempting to try and trade them for economic damage, but especially as Terran, it can really set you back. And yeah, this is just not a real attack. This is just really not actually threatening. Where are the Vipers? Here are the Vipers. Oh god. Okay. Okay. The Vipers can interrupt this. Really pull him onto the Spore Crawler, maybe? Ooh. Did he just use like the same spell on the same medevac? It looked like he did. It looked like he doubled down his spells there. Why don't you abduct it into the Spore Crawler? That would be cool. That would be cool. Style points. Style points. Right, as I say this space being cancelled didn't quite yet turn into a PF. Serral? 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 Are you going to leave these here? You need to clean up your trash, bro. Oh, forces a lift off here. And kills the PF here. Just like really slowing things down. And as the attack comes in over here, his Widow Mines are not burrowed. Ooh. Oh, Serral. Beautiful micro. Beautiful micro. Notices that the Widow Mines are there, pulls back his whole army, sends forward like 3 Bane, kill all the Widow Mines. Attack over. Attack over. And yeah, Innovation trying so hard, putting in so much work, but it's just all too slow. It's all too late. It's all too little. It's just really, really not enough. And here we go. The death knell for this game is being produced. Ultralisks are going to be so overwhelming for this Terran force. I was going to say might get a cancel here just because of the sheer persistence and tenacity of these attacks. But Serral's already here with units. But is it enough? Yeah, I can see the reinforcements coming. Ah, innovation. Innovation, innovation. You gotta feel really sad. You gotta feel really sad at this point. You're trying your hardest. You're throwing the kitchen sink. You're throwing everything you got. You're putting all your APM into stuff, but Serral just always ready, always in the right position, always got the right amount of banelings, and there's just no way in. This base is going to fall, and Serral can defend at home. Innovation should probably just leave the game. He probably won't because he's a Terran, so Terran always have the potential to win because they have command centers and they have mules and they have micro potential. So it's not over until it's over for a Terran. But really the writing's on the wall, and you know, we saw Serral show some class in the first game by resigning when it was clear. It was, well, not clear, but it was 90% chance to lose, and you know, Innovation should really do the same, especially if this base goes down as well, which it looks like it will. Oh, right as the north base goes down. I mean, yeah, it's really bleak for Innovation now. His economy is in tatters. Just look at the money, look at the income, and look at the bank. Look at the workers. You know, it's, oh, the writing is on the wall. But perhaps the writing is written in English, and so an Innovation can't read it. That's my only thought. I guess, yeah, this is his last ditch effort, and he'll probably leave right here. Yeah. Well played by Serral. Great game. And yeah, lessons to be learned for everyone. Is it worth diving your Hellions in here? I guess if he gets 20 worker kills, you look like a genius. But against Serral, against most Zergs who are not asleep, they're going to trap you, they're going to kill all your Hellions, and then you just allow the Zerg to macro flawlessly, and it's going to be an uphill battle for the Terran, and Serral not going to miss a beat, not going to make a mistake, and Serral brings it together, tying the series 1-1. I should change these numbers. Like and subscribe, guys, if you enjoyed my stuff. It'll really help me with the algorithms. Thank you, see you next time, peace.